Well, back in early 2020, I was sitting on a bus in Steamboat Springs, Colorado at the Steamboat Music Festival. And you hear a lot of conversations, all the festival goers, everybody's a little rowdy, having a good time, and strike up a lot of conversations. But there were some guys next to me who were having a conversation, and they were all from Texas, I think. And one of the guys was a financial asset manager, and another, he was probably in his 50s, and there were several younger guys around my age or younger, and talking about being responsible and saving for the future. And this asset manager was talking about staying in the market. You know, you got to stay in for the long term. And well, it wasn't necessarily, bad advice. It was very conventional financial wisdom. And I bit my tongue. I wanted to say something, but if you're like me, you understand, if you've been reading and following alternative investment advisors, people in the gold and silver space, and you understand how the financial system actually works, how corrupt it is, then it sounded like a guy that's made his living watching CNBC and doing what the crowd does. And I tell you right now is not the time to do what the crowd does. And this is my pitch for silver being one of the most undervalued assets on the planet right now. And because precious metals, gold and silver, have historically been a barometer of the health of the U.S. dollar and the U.S. financial system. They tend to rise in periods of instability and inflation, like the 70s, when we went off the gold standard and had the big inflation that was only stopped by the Fed raising interest rates to 20%. The powers that be, the global banking cartel, if you want to call it that, have an incentive to keep the price of gold and silver under wraps. And they've been very successful with silver over the last decade. And I've been early in it. I've probably had too much of my net worth at times invested in silver and gold. But I believe right now you're seeing some cracks, and 40% of all the money, US dollars in circulation, have been created in the last 2 years, I think. And it's some insane amount. Basically, money printing has gone exponential. And if you have any common sense, you can realize that you can't print money to infinity without consequences. And the market crashed 4% the other day, and then magically levitated back to close green for the day. And one of these days, that's not going to happen. So all these financial advisors, planners that work for Merrill Lynch and have a little office and everything's good, they're going to be in for a rude awakening. And their ass will be covered, because they're just doing what everyone else is doing. But I hope anyone hearing my voice right now, listening to this, will have the foresight to start learning about sound money and how undervalued silver is at the moment. How it's been, the price of silver has been falsified by unlimited printing of paper contracts and selling into demand. And I don't know when this pricing manipulation cartel is going to break, but I think they almost broke a year ago with the silver squeeze. And I believe that they're on their last legs. And I believe that if you want to protect your financial health and assets, then it's a good thing at this time to be invested in some silver. I'm not saying 100%, but a good chunk. And just to hit an inflation adjusted high for silver, it'll have to hit at least $130, $150 an ounce. It's trading right now in the 23s, so 23.40 or something today. And I would like more people like me that think outside the box and kind of a little bit of an outlaw, rebel, the cowboys. I wish that more people like me that don't play by the rules, don't put a thing on their face to walk in the grocery store, and would profit from the coming revaluation of precious metals. And I don't know how it's going to happen exactly or when, but I do know that the way it's priced right now is unsustainable, and it's a dang good time to buy. It's pretty easy. You can go on to onegold.com and sign up there, and you can have metal held several different vaults in the world, and it's run by some I believe trustworthy people. And you can find a guy in your hometown and they'll sell you some silver coins. But if you're like me and you travel a lot, then it's nice to have it securely vaulted somewhere and not have to worry about where it is. Anyway, that's my pitch for buying silver. I know Bitcoin will be an asset that might protect you from the inflation and might help bring about the end of the fiat currency manipulation, but I know more about silver, so that's what I'm shouting about right now. So I hope you get something out of this, and if you'd like more resources, go to tfmetalsreport.com, and the guy does great analysis there, and you can learn a lot about what's going on. And hopefully you'll be able to protect your wealth and assets, and maybe we'll all make a bunch of money as silver gets revalued to a fair market price. So that's it for today, and I'll be back later. Thank you.